This is what a deeply insecure, pathetic, malignant narcissist looks like. Donald Trump in the Oval Office. He's been spending the whole week after spending the weekend golfing on the taxpayer dime, spending the week with sports teams. Like yesterday, he was with the Naval Academy football team. Donald Trump was holding a football. Didn't say United States of America on it in big, bold letters. It said Donald J. Trump, and he's posting videos of himself holding the football as he's crashing the economy, as most CEOs think we're heading into a recession, as all of the signs of stagflation, crashing GDP, surging inflation are taking shape now, as the latest New York Fed survey on manufacturing shows everything is down other than prices. And of course, it was announced last night that Hong Kong was shutting down its postal service to the United States to inflict more pain as they continue to outmaneuver Donald Trump in the trade war that Donald Trump started. It should also be noted as well that China announced in the first quarter about a 5.4% GDP growth as they prepared for Donald Trump's actions. It should also be noted, and this is being underreported, that as Donald Trump was taking those photos with the footballs to make himself look like a tough guy, Donald Trump banned all wire services from being in the press corps because a Trump-appointed judge in D.C., federal Judge McFadden, ordered that Donald Trump was to return the Associated Press to the press corps into the Oval Office unless there was some non-discriminatory reason for not allowing the Associated Press, because Trump didn't allow the AP because they referred to the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of Mexico and not the Gulf of America. Donald Trump said, okay, I'll come up with a non-discriminatory reason. I'm banning all wire services. So no more wire services getting their news. You just get pathetic right-wing podcasters now basically leading the quote-unquote press in the White House, and then some other corporate news that is apparently okay with enabling this behavior and asking Donald Trump some of the most pathetic questions that I've seen. Talking about pathetic, Donald Trump is also sending emails like this to his supporters, trying to cling on to support. Remember yesterday I showed you Donald Trump saying the new poll showing that we are surging with MAGA, and MAGA's surging. It was like 36% of voters identify as MAGA. Yeah, Donald, that means 64% of America is against you. Your approval is plummeting. It's in the toilet. It's swirling the drain with the rest of the MAGA Republicans because it's just pathetic crap like this. Right, as mortgage rates are now at 7.5%, as the bond market continues to be chaotic, as the stock market continues to be as volatile as it's frankly ever been before. As I told you, the manufacturing New York Fed survey shows that the expectations of manufacturing are lower than it's ever been since 9/11. Donald Trump's posting things like this. You just won. Congratulations. Did I spell Ben correctly? Memo from Trump. Today's the tax filing day. Then Donald Trump's like, before my mid-month deadline today, can you chip in and accept your Trump card? All you got to do is give me some money. Accept your award right here. Or here's the other one. I know you hate getting reminders about tax day. He uses tax day to send this email to give him money on tax day. I'm fighting to eliminate unfair taxes. Like tax on Social Security, tax on tips, tax on overtime. You 2-bit piece of trash scam artist, Donald. Okay, I haven't seen that in the legislation. And already, we're approaching 100 days. Housing is far less affordable. Prices are higher. Goods and products less affordable. China's shutting down their entire market right now to the United States. There's no peace in Ukraine in 24 hours. And as Yardini says, the latest batch of soft data is consistent with stagflation. So as China's economy seems to be doing pretty good, as Europe's economy is figuring out how to navigate, as Canada, Europe, Australia, China, South Korea, Vietnam, Southeast Asia in general, as they're cutting deals, you have isolated the United States to look like some weirder version of North Korea meets the worst season of The Apprentice. Yardini writes, the latest batch of soft data is consistent with stagflation scenarios in the U.S. The soft data is likely signs of hard data during the second half of this year. Trump tariff turmoil, TTT, as they're calling it. We've also learned some additional data from leaks about Musk and Trump and DOGE. One of the things that DOGE has been trying to do is put DOGE people to sneak into certain nonprofits and to kind of gut it from within and to take information from within. The Washington Post reports DOGE sought to assign a team to independent nonprofit groups to try to take their data. Also, a whistleblower is reporting that Musk's DOGE stole 10 gigabytes of union data, legal files, and corporate secrets, then try to cover it up. Is this a shocker to you, by the way, that this is going on? The ultimate karma that Elon Musk is getting as Donald Trump is imposing all these tariffs on China, it's absolutely destroyed Tesla's plans for expansion, assuming Tesla was ever even going to follow through on those plans and it wasn't just something they were saying to pump the market. Can I show you the difference about what's going on the ground right now? You have Senator Bernie Sanders and AOC going into red states, red cities and counties in blue states, but going into red areas. What, she was in Nampa, Idaho, Salt Lake City, Utah. In California yesterday, she was in Bakersfield. She was in Folsom, California. Here she is in Folsom saying, hey, they said this was Trump country. I don't look like Trump country to me right now. Play this clip of AOC yesterday.
Thank you all so much. You know, I heard that someone started flying a plane with a banner that said, this is Trump country. It sure don't look like it today. I don't think this is Trump country. I think this is our country.
Now, the contrast between AOC and Marjorie Taylor Greene yesterday, when she was in her district, she was reading questions because she was too scared to take questions live. So she was reading questions that were being submitted live. And here's what happened. Let's play the clip.
Why are you such a coward in the face of an obvious fascist takeover, Andrew? Whoa. Scary.
Should also be noted that a lot of the die-hard MAGAs are really pissed that Trump's deportation numbers are lower than Biden. So I just want to give you some data points. So Trump has deported less people than Biden. Biden focused on people with actual criminal records and doing it the right way, whereas Donald Trump is, what's the latest stat? 90% of the people in El Salvador did not have criminal records, up from 75%. Trump makes these, just like Trump in life. He's a scam artist. He's a fraud. He's a felon. He's a sexual abuser, right? Found liable for fraud. He's a criminal. So Donald Trump makes the big splashy, look what I'm doing. I'm torturing people. Look at the torture. El Salvador torture. Well, your underlying deportation numbers are actually less than Biden and far less than former President Obama. As Anthony Sabatini says, who's a Trump guy, the deportation numbers are very, 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 very bad. Almost no one is being deported. So the people who he's torturing, but the numbers are actually lower when it comes to the actual criminals. Also, federal spending is up. With all of the things that DOGE did, Elon Musk saying at most we can do 150 billion in cuts, but it seems closer to 25 or 30 million in cuts. But there's going to be far more government waste now because of all the screw ups by DOGE and Trump. So federal spending is significantly higher right now than it was under Biden. So just think about those data points. So no wonder Trump and MAGA is underwater in basically every poll right now, and Democrats are polling better. And finally, Democrats are fighting, which is a good thing. All right, let me give you some more data points as well. Donald Trump's press secretary, chief propagandist Caroline Leavitt, begging China, can you please call Donald? He's waiting for your call. I'm reading this directly from Donald. Can you please call him? Here, watch this.
Look, the president has made his position on China quite clear, although I do have an additional statement that he just shared with me in the Oval Office. The ball is in China's court. China needs to make a deal with us. We don't have to make a deal with them. There's no difference between China and any other country, except they are much larger. And China wants what we have, what every country wants, what we have, the American consumer. Or to put it another way, they need our money. So the president, again, has made it quite clear that he's open to a deal with China, but China needs to make a deal with the United States of America.
And here's Caroline Leavitt once again doing the shtick where she attacks Canada, threatens their sovereignty, and says that Trump wants to invade Canada and make it the 51st state. Play this clip.
Sure.
On tariffs, yesterday in the Oval Office...
Which outlet are you with?
The Canadian Public Broadcaster.
Oh, nice to see you.
Thank you. Yesterday in the Oval Office, President Trump suggested that there could be some help for automakers. I'm wondering what that looks like. Is it tariff relief on the 25% tariffs that are in place right now, or the new tariffs that are coming up in May on auto parts? And a second on Canada, if I may. President Trump's tone when it comes to Canada-U.S. relations, Canadians have noticed it's shifted a bit in the past few weeks. Ever since the election campaign started, he stopped talking about Canada becoming the 51st state, at least publicly. I'm wondering if that's on purpose and why.
I would reject the president's position on Canada has shifted. Perhaps he just hasn't been asked about Canada by questions from this group in the Oval Office, but they see him almost every day. But the president still maintains his position on Canada. The United States has been subsidizing Canada's national defense, and he believes that Canadians would benefit greatly from becoming the 51st state of the United States of America.
Donald Trump has a very interesting view on sovereignty now, doesn't he, right? He wants to attack, annex, conquer Canada and make it the 51st state, which he repeats over and over again. But when it comes to Nayib Bukele of El Salvador, he respects Bukele and he goes, well, because of this sovereignty, I can't take back a migrant who our United States Supreme Court ordered that I take back. But let me get this straight, Donald. You've cut other deals with Bukele to bring people back. Bukele sent 15 people back already. We extradite people to the United States all the time who are actually violent criminals. This individual, Abrego Garcia, no criminal record at all. He's been here since he was 16. He's married to an American woman. They have 3 kids who are American citizens. This is the fight that you're picking. Now, even right-wing writers like Rich Lowry from the New York Post, this guy bashed Biden over and over again. Biden's the worst. Biden's the worst. Biden's the worst. Trump character. Trump character. That's what this guy said during the campaign for the National Review. And he wrote op-eds for like the Times also. He goes, this was his article. Trump will destroy a world economy that has us at the apex and only getting stronger. So let me get this straight. So if we were at the apex, right? Apex means the top. You know who helped get us there? Biden. You know who's destroying it based on your headline? Trump. Think about it. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers. Thanks for watching.
New Meidas merch drop! Check out the latest pro-democracy sticker packs, t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, and more, all at store.meidastouch.com.